Live. Here we come, bitches. And Marvin Blue. Marvin, he's here somewhere. Thank you, doll. Ow, look what's on the screen. Nothing at all.
Ow!
iTunes. We're having iTunes for dinner.
Get ready for Nicky Siano. Come on, let's go. Yeah.
Wow-e. I'm doing a lot of things, so I'm wow-eing you because I'm filling. It's called filler. What's that? What am I hearing in the background? I'm hearing the show play through her tab. You know, guys, we've got 4 people in here, and 100 billion things that can go wrong. Dynell, you can't have the sound up on that when it plays. There's a delay on it, sweetheart. Okay, give it to me, baby. I'll fix it for you.
I got it.
Okay. Hi, everyone. There's the camera, Johnny. Right over. See that little?
Okay, I see
that
it.
little
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I am so happy. I just got to get the screen behind me working, but I cannot tell you. What do I do? View, Alex? Is it view? Yeah, view. Actual size, full screen. Someone out there help me out, bitches. Windows? I see it. Zoom, bring all to front. What do I do? Zoom? Zoom. Okay, well, we'll just use that for a while. Fuck you. Okay. Hi, everybody. We are here live, and as you know, we are underfunded. That's why we need you to go to GoFundMe. You say you want us to be on time. You want all this shit to work, right? We need more people. And that costs money. And look, I got something to show you. My wallet is empty, bitches. Empty! Credit cards that don't work anymore. All because of this show. GoFundMe.com. Nicky Siano Live. Please give $5, give $10, give $1,000. Someone gave $1,000. Thank you, someone anonymous. Love you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Tonight, I have someone with me that I have admired for a very long time. I used to go to a party called Jackie 60 after I started playing records again, and started playing in 96 again, and Jackie 60 was running.
Right.
And I used to go over to this party, Jackie 60, and I said, this thing is fucking amazing. And it was like a Broadway show. It was like everything in my mind coming out and being staged in front of me. It was wild. And this guy's been around a while. I want you to all welcome person with a heart, Mr. Johnny Dynell. Hello, Mr. Dynell.
Well, you know, I mean, I got to tell you, this is pretty amazing what you're doing. I give you a lot of credit for doing this.
For emptying my wallet?
No, for doing this. I mean, this is like, you know, when you start a party with no money and
Right.
you know,
And just faith.
and you just do it with your friends,
Right.
and next thing
Right.
you know, it's like,
Right,
you
right.
know, it's in the history books.
Right.
But you know, that's what I just give you a lot
Let's
of credit.
put on a
Yeah,
show.
no, really. I mean, that's what this is. It's like putting on a club night with no money, just your friends.
Yeah.
Totally illegal.
And
No,
we
I give
did
you a
that
lot of
often.
credit.
We did that. Thank you. It's been.
And wait, I want to tell you something too. The night that you came to Jackie 60,
I was there like 10
no, but
times.
no,
Go
I
ahead.
know. The first night you came to Jackie 60, because Jackie was hot at that point, and it was like, you know, movie stars and celebrities,
Right.
and you know, supermodel cat fights, and you know, and it. Then somebody came up to me and they go, Nicky Siano is here, and I was, you know, and I was like, Nicky Siano is here, and they go, yeah, and it was like, you don't know, you caused a funky sensation.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you know, we're
Can
talking
you
about.
feel it?
Mick Jagger is there with whatever and all these, but it's like you were the one that everybody was like, holy shit, Nicky
She's back
Siano.
from the dead. I'm ready to party.
It's like, she's crazy. But it's true. You caused a funky sensation.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for telling me that. That's kind of interesting. I always feel like I always feel like I'm the celebrity, the non-celebrity celebrity.
I don't know. You're pretty known.
Okay, this is Marvin. He's supposed to be here. Hi, Marvin. We're on the air. How can I help you? Oh, you know what, honey? Whatever you do is fine. We're waiting for you. We're holding everything for you. Johnny Dynell is just sitting on the couch waiting to go on. Everything's a stop until you get here. Okay, bye.
Exactly. It's just like starting a club night, right?
Yeah.
It's
and that was definitely it. Who's showing up late? Who's not taking a taxi?
Where's your door person?
Yeah.
The door person isn't here yet.
Yeah, they're not here yet. So,
Connie girl.
I had my notes. I had a pad on here.
Oh, you don't need notes.
I had a pad on here, a long pad that had all my notes for the show. Did he move it? Yes, you did, because someone moved it. Okay, let me just...
We'll wing it.
We'll wing it? Okay. So you came to New York in 1975. I wasn't going to say it, but I let you say it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
You came to New York in 1975. And where did you come from? What?
I came from a very, very small town, like really small town, way up New York State, but like on the border of Canada, way, way in the boonies. And
Upstate.
Way upstate, yeah. And people say, like, you mean like Yonkers? I go, yeah, go to Yonkers and keep driving.
Keep driving
for
another 6 hours.
Yeah, and that,
So
but,
Syracuse.
way past Syracuse, and yeah. So
Up by
I
the
came,
capital.
Yeah,
Albany.
Oh no!
On the other side.
No, just keep going past
past Albany. So you're right on the border.
Yeah, way up.
Okay.
But anyway, so I came to New York to go to the School of Visual Arts.
Okay.
And
you were accepted. You got a scholarship, or you just went to come. You came here because you got accepted and you wanted to go to.
Right. So I came to go to art school, and basically lived downtown. I lived Bleecker and McDougal and Thompson and Prince.
How much was your first? I'm sorry. How much rent did you pay in your first apartment?
I think it was $125 a month.
I love saying those things to people. I had a 4-room railroad apartment on 20th between 7th and 8th, $95 a month.
Oh yeah,
it was.
Yeah, I think it was 120. And then we lived Franklin and Church before it was even called Tribeca or anything. Franklin,
right.
And it was $350 a month for a 3,000 square foot loft.
Loft? Oh my God! David's original loft, bitches, was only 2,000 square. 2,000. Yeah,
square feet. Yeah,
2,000 square feet. Yeah, so it was really like that is
4 people.
3,000 square feet is
4 people
is
splitting.
Big.
Yeah, splitting.
$175 a month. And that's why you had money to do drugs and go to the movies and even pay for a friend.
Right. Go hear you play.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
remember going to your club, like walking down the street, because I lived in the neighborhood.
Right.
And when I first moved to New York, and I didn't know anything, and I just, you heard the music playing, and I walked by, and, and they were just very, very nice to me at the door, and just like, no, come on in, it's fine,
Yeah, I sort of had a kind of,
You did. It was great.
I thought the people at the door were very important, and I thought that people can't be negative or insulting to people. They've got to be welcoming, and it's got to be like you're going to someone's house for a party. You welcome your guests.
And that's what your party was like. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
They were. The door was great with me anyway. I mean, I don't know if they were bitches to other people. but they were generally really nice.
Cool.
And I didn't even pay.
Wow,
yeah,
cool.
I know.
That's really nice. Did you come late?
Well, No, you know what it was?
First
I
time, we're
they-
going to get you hooked. We'll give you the first bag free.
Yeah. I think, they knew I lived in the neighborhood.
Right.
I think, because I only lived a couple blocks away, and I think they saw me and walking the
Oh,
dog.
okay, cool.
And
Do you remember who was at the door? Was it a woman, a man?
A woman.
Oh, that was Robin.
Robin.
Yeah, that was Robin.
Yeah.
The woman who was my partner in the beginning, the first gallery. We were originally on 22nd Street between 6th
Right.
and 7th.
That-
And
no,
then
this
we
w-
moved to Houston and Mercer.
Yeah, that's where I went. Yeah.
Yeah, right on the
It
corner
was
there.
great, and I remember, asking who the DJ was, and I remember the thing that I remember is people saying, "Oh, she's crazy," for real. They go, "Oh, she's crazy,"
Yes.
and now that I know you, ladies and gentlemen, she's crazy.
She's crazy. She's really crazy.
In a
on
good
the
way.
edge. Well,
In a good way.
yeah. We all have so much work to do. It's just so fucked up. I mean, life is such a learning process. Every day, every minute. It's
Yep.
so hard sometimes.
And you never know what's going to happen. I mean, look at me.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
1 second and
Johnny got like mauled at the Pride. I don't know if people heard about Pride this year, but my friend Diane was there, and she's probably watching right now because she always watches. And Diane was waiting
audience?
for Grace
Oh, Grace
Jones to
Jones,
come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
And it started to rain. So for some reason, they had to empty
Yeah.
Pride Island.
Yeah.
And when they did, there was kind of like a massive riotous kind
Right.
of emptying, and it wasn't fun for people.
with me, that's not
You were
what
on
I was,
stage.
Yeah, I was on
and,
stage.
and you
DJing.
turned around and you couldn't see the monitor on the
Right,
floor, and you
exactly.
tripped over it.
Right.
Which has happened to me 1,000 times, especially
Really?
if you're dealing with a dusk or
Well, see, everybody
or a
was
night
running
kind of right.
to get put plastic over
All
and
over
everything, and I was
everything.
running to get plastic, and we wanted to save the equipment. And boom, I fell hard, and I dislocated and fractured.
You
and
dislocated your elbow
Oh,
at your joint. Your joint at your elbow.
Yeah, it's like dislocated, fractured. I had surgery. It's
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
God.
of course, it's my DJ arm. Too.
Oh yeah. And you've been playing.
No, I haven't. I haven't
You
played.
haven't?
No, it's for the first time in all these years. I
Yeah.
haven't DJ'd
For
like a few weeks. Yeah,
right. Wow.
it's weird.
When are you playing again?
August 16th and
And is that
17th
the
on Fire
bet-
Island. Yes.
Oh,
yeah. I'm
okay, you're doing
well,
this-
I do the underwear party at the Ice Palace.
On Fridays.
Yeah, Daniel. and I
Underwear
do-
party at the Ice Palace on Fridays. You know where the Ice Palace is.
Yeah, so I've been doing that for the past few years. Daniel Nardicchio's underwear party, and it's
Oh,
like
cool.
it's great. It's like 1,000 guys in
In
jock
underwear.
straps.
In
Yeah,
jock straps.
and underwear.
And underwear.
I mean, yeah, but more jock straps at this point.
really?
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like
I haven't been to Fire Island in a long time. The first time I went to Fire Island was with John White, who owned the
Right.
Blue Whale.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And it was John White owned this club called the Blue. Well, it was the Blue Whale Hotel,
Right.
and then he had a bar there, and there was another bar called the Sandpiper. The Sandpiper had all the business at night, but during the day, John had a huge tea party that was just so financially wonderful for him. Well, anyway, so we went for opening weekend, and he took me on the seaplane, and
Oh wow.
I had to be 19 or 20,
Mm-hmm.
19. And he takes me up on the seaplane, and we're going to Fire Island, and the guy is, all of a sudden this fog rolls in, and you can't see anything in front of you, and the guy is driving the plane, and he's going, it's somewhere around here. I know it's somewhere around here. And John's going, you have to get us there. It's the opening weekend, and I just have to get to the island. You have to get me on that island, George. So he's circling and circling, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, whoosh, a house right in front of us.
Oh,
and
my
he
God.
swerved upward and went around and
Oh,
landed.
jeez.
Oh, and back then there was no dock to land on like there is now. You had to get out in the water and walk with your records above your head
Wow.
in about 4 feet of water for a little bit.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, like when I play at the Ice Palace, it's just like, I just think of the history there. You know,
Right.
the DJs, the
Right.
great DJs that have played
Oh
at
my
the
God.
Ice Palace. And, you know, I'm always just, I don't know, it just gets me, you know, because I think of all the people that have played there. And you know, Michael Fesco, who
Right.
just recently died, God bless him, started, you know, T-Dance and started all
Michael
that stuff.
Fesco died?
Yeah, Michael Fesco died.
When?
Just like maybe a couple months ago. Yeah. I know, right?
The guy
Legend.
who owned the club upstairs from me?
Yeah.
Oh my
Flamingo,
God.
right.
Flamingo, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, he started Michael
I've been
Fesco.
so busy, I don't look at anything anymore.
Yeah, he started the White Party.
He started the White Party. I think he started the
T-Dance.
Black Party
Yeah.
too. I mean, he
Flamingo was amazing.
Flamingo was an amazing. It was again, let's get our friends together and open a club.
Right.
That was Flamingo too.
I mean, Chi-Chi went to Flamingo. My wife, Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
I was never I you know, I went one time. It wasn't my thing. I liked your party actually.
He was upstairs from
Right.
us.
It was fancy.
We opened. Yeah, it was very fancy. We opened, I think, 4 months before him, and I'm in the booth with Larry Levan, and it's the end of the night at the gallery, and I say, Larry, you hear that music? Where is that coming from? I said, Larry, go investigate. and it was Flamingo open.
Yeah. No, I thought Michael was great, and you know, and I worked.
Innovative.
Yeah, and I worked for him a bunch of times over the years, but I mean, I don't know if I don't want to get too political or anything, but one thing that I remember from Flamingo and Fire Island and back in those days was how segregated things were.
Oh my
Like when you went to
God.
Flamingo, or you went to Fire Island was white. I'm sorry, especially
Honey,
the Pines. There were
yeah.
no black people. There were no
Yeah,
Spanish
and
people.
the Pines. Yeah.
I mean, you know, yeah, especially the Pines.
So what did Nicky Siano do?
You brought some color to the
Yes. I brought Larry and Frankie with me the third weekend I played, and we stayed in their house. It's called steerage, or they call it steerage, to be like fucking abnormal. And I packed them into my room, and we were partying all night long, and everyone was complaining about us.
Yeah.
Everyone. And people, I'd walk out with Larry hand in hand, and we walk down to the beach, and people be like,
No, they were. I mean,
there was not one black person on the island.
and people.
It was crazy.
And
It
that's
was
what I love
stupid.
about it now, that it's
Yeah,
so
segregated, yeah.
Because and like if you remember back then, you would go to the Saint, which wasn't really my thing,
Right.
But not the Saint at large, but the
Right,
Saint.
the Saint. Yeah.
And
Which was
there
in
were
the old
no
Fillmore East.
black people at the
No,
Saint.
no, they weren't.
It was white, and God bless Sharon
Well,
White for being
at
a
the
black
beginning.
woman.
At the beginning. But
play
the
at the-
Saint eventually got integrated.
I guess so.
A little bit.
You know, I mean, it
But
was
at
an
the
incredible
beginning-
club.
Yes.
I mean, beautiful.
The Saint actually, they built a planetarium system over the dance floor.
Amazing.
It was amazing. And back then, they had these things called, they were very innovative. They had a thing called a light man who worked the lights.
Yeah.
Ooh. And knew the songs. Ooh.
Was it
How-
Richard Tucker who did the lights?
I think
it
so,
was,
yeah.
Who is an amazing light. I mean, I don't know if he's out there listening, but Richard Tucker, you're a genius.
I knew so many. I mean, Robert De Silva was
Right.
my lover and my find at the Round Table in 1971, where I was
Right.
playing. And he went on. He was my light man. He was Mancuso's light man, and he went on to be the light man at Studio 54.
Yeah, see, like that.
And he's the only person I think that could have done that job because he had ADD so bad.
Right.
He could coordinate 6 people doing a job together.
But
Just-
you remember, like, when we would work with the light people, DJs
All-
would, like, if you would have, you know, you would kind of show, you know, okay, I'm going to be playing this.
Right.
And
And
they
you
would be
turn
like-
around on
and-
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, yeah, but, you know, and you would work with the light, you know, I was going to say light man or woman.
Woman, yeah.
Or lesbian. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
you know, light man or
Whatever.
light lesbian.
Okay, light lesbian.
Light lesbian. And
Lesbian light?
No,
No,
really.
no
They
such
were,
thing.
I mean, come on. Please, let's, you know, let's call it the way it is.
Hmm.
They, you know,
What?
The
Anyway.
girls ruled.
They did. And
Still do.
and still do.
Really?
And they're taking over. But anyway, that was the last show. So you got to New York in 75, and your first DJ job was at
My first DJ job was Mud Club.
Mud Club, which
Right.
was this fantastic, like, fusion experience where it was at the end of the 70s, and people were pretty much, it was right on the cusp of Disco Sucks. It was a couple of years before that. And you guys came along, and it was such a refreshing kind of soul, punk, rock and roll fusion set that I went there all the time and just loved it. I mean, like I was
Well,
telling you on
yeah,
the
yeah.
phone, the B-52 song, I heard it there first.
Well, they worked there, yeah.
Right. That's what you were telling me. So they
Yeah.
worked in the coat room.
Well,
and-
Fred worked in Coat Check, I think, and
Fred was the head.
Yeah, Fred's the singer from the
Yeah.
B-52s. Fred Schneider. He worked in the Coat Check, and his boyfriend Robert worked at the door with Chi-Chi, my wife.
Right.
And they worked at the door, and basically, it was during punk, and it was coming out of CBGBs and Maxes and punk rock and the whole downtown art scene and everything.
Right.
So basically, what the Mud Club was kind of a joke. It was a tongue-in-cheek takeoff on Studio 54, and it was supposed to be like a punk version of a disco, like we were making fun of disco.
But no one got the joke.
Yeah, no, exactly.
They sort of became the joke.
Right. Well, what happened was, they put like a mirror ball, a dance floor, and ropes out front. Just as a joke. But what happened is it really took off, and people loved it, and they loved DJs playing rock, and dancing to rock stuff. And next thing you know, you really did need the ropes out front.
Right.
And all of a sudden, celebrities were coming, and Bianca Jagger's there.
I
And
know.
all that,
She got around in the 70s.
and it was like, then it became Studio 54.
Yeah,
it's so,
it did.
It's
It
so
did.
funny. The joke was on us.
Yeah. What was some of the other songs that were big for you at the Mud Club? What was that?
Well, the Mud, I mean, because remember, even though I was, thank
Sorry.
you.
I'm trying to fix it, and I'm fucking it up.
Even though I was, coming from the downtown punk scene and everything like that, things were a little bit more mixed then, because I was going to the Garage, the Loft,
Right.
hearing, some of the great clubs back then. And
Did you
I
ever
was-
come to, because after the gallery, I went to this place called Buttermilk Bottom. and
Buttermilk Bottoms. are
I
you
was there
kidding?
for 5 years,
Well, that's
yeah.
where my loft was, on the other side of the wall of Buttermilk Bottoms.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's where that.
Did you know Fred, the owner?
Well, yeah. I mean, so
Yeah.
for 3 days, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday was
Yeah,
like
it was
dum,
dum, dum, dum. Yeah.
Our walls would just like thump for 3 days.
Did he pay you guys off? or anything?
No, it's like
Give you any
no.
drugs,
Are you
anything?
Kidding? No. You would
Back
let us
then,
in for
people
free.
just
But isn't that the greatest name of a club ever?
Buttermilk Bottom.
Buttermilk Bottoms.
And the membership card was this little tag. It was like an army tag almost.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
You
yeah.
wore it around your neck.
You played there?
Yeah, for 5 years I was the Saturday night
so
DJ.
you were the one thumping
I was
our
the
wall.
thump on Saturday night.
Oh my God! No, really, for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was just
Yeah.
like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom.
when they came to the auction that we had for the stuff at. Okay,
All right, Nicky's gonna answer the phone, and
fill in for me.
I'll
John. Come on up, bitch. Could you answer that? Okay, so that's done. Marvin will be here soon. Everyone loves Marvin. Here's one of Marvin's t-shirts. Miley, you're a good girl. You're a good girl.
I have
Come
to
here.
say,
Let me-
Nicky has the cutest dog in the world.
Come here, Miley. Come on camera. Come on camera.
This is
with
the
Johnny and I.
best dog.
Hello.
Hello, Miley Cyrus.
This is Miley Cyrus. She's a singer. It's Johnny. Look, she's gonna lick you, Johnny. She loves Johnny.
This is the cutest.
Oh, yes, Mama. She's the best, isn't she? Yeah. So, here we're gonna go. What? Yeah, he's gonna come. Let him in, Marvin. Yeah, he's a scary black guy. So, some of the records.
So I was
one of
playing-
the rock records that you remember, like really becoming popular at the Mud Club. 'Cause
Well, see, I was playing more. I was gonna say like because
you
I
were
was
playing
doing-
more of the funk.
I was playing like Sex Machine, Soul Makosa.
Okay, so the
Staple Singers. I mean, I was doing that kind of.
Do you remember the record "This World"?
No.
Okay, it's a song by the Staple Singers, but the Sweet Inspirations did it better. My world, da-da-da.
Oh yeah.
Your world,
Yeah.
da-da-da.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My world.
Yeah.
This world is he holds his mind in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like the words to those songs
Yeah.
were so interesting.
Right.
He holds the world in his mind.
Right.
God.
But
And it was just, I loved those songs because they had such interesting lyrics. People were really writing for music and for stimulation, not just, you know, bang, bang, shake your booty.
Right.
It looks like
Yeah.
fun. Bang, bang, shake your booty. Don't be the last one. Oh, it's Marvin Blue. Pull up the chair, baby. Your mic's all ready. Your headphones are even ready. They're all warmed up. I had them under my bottom for a while. So you're a sandwich. The straight boy in the middle.
well, what was interesting about the Mud Club and those songs, though. I'm just thinking now, is what was different. Well, me anyway. I did not know how to DJ. I didn't know how to mix or anything like that. I didn't want to be a DJ. It was just like
Just happened.
Well, it was just the owner who's this crazy kind of Caligula type guy. Was just like, okay.
What was his name again? You said Fred?
Steve Mass.
Steve Mass.
And he was like, oh, okay, you're going to be a bartender. You're going to work at the door. You're going to do this. And it was random. You're going to be the DJ. And so I started like on a Saturday night with no records and not knowing how to do it. But
What'd you play?
Well, I borrowed.
You borrowed records.
Yeah, I borrowed records. And I said, you know who I started with? Justin Strauss.
Okay.
Justin and I are still kind of out there doing it all
Yeah.
these years
Justin
later.
is part of this team called Love Tempo, and they play actually August 17th at the Good Room, native New Yorker with Love Tempo in the bad room.
Yeah, Justin's great DJ. But you know what? We were different because he did want to be a DJ then. I mean, I was I wasn't even taking it seriously. I was kind of, for me, it was like conceptual art or something.
So when did it turn for you? What happened?
Well, I have to say, by the time I got to Area, when I started working at Area, Larry.
Okay, so let's just say, for people today, remember that little party, Body and Soul? Well, that was at a club called Vinyl. Vinyl and Area were the same space.
And the Shelter.
And the Shelter, right. Yeah. And you came in, you walked through these hallways, and they had on both sides these big fish tanks and
full of sharks
and weird kind of thing. And it was really interestingly designed, but it never became super popular, was it? On the weekends, I guess.
Are you kidding me?
It was big.
It was big.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
So they would change the whole entire club every like 6-8 weeks or something, and to themes.
That was my concept too. I had an artist, and I wanted every 2 months the whole interior to look completely different.
Well, you would come in and there would be a swimming pool on the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
with a racing car in it.
Right.
Nowhere to dance.
No, really, it was incredible. Actually, and Justin and I worked there. I did Wednesday and Friday. Justin did Thursday and Saturday. But by
Wow.
the time I was there, I have to say, like Larry Levan really was like, okay, girl, you got to learn how to do this. And he would.
So
come-
he befriended you.
He did. Larry
Okay.
befriended me, and he taught me a lot. He was like, don't ever speed up a record that much, because I was like, I didn't know. I was like,
Same thing I said to him.
turn those monitors down. You're going to be deaf.
Larry,
Yeah.
Larry didn't do that for many people, so you should
That's
consider
true.
yourself very
Yeah,
lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was. Yeah,
He was not a good mentor for people.
He's-
Unless you were a cute, very cute little 18-year-old with the, they all had small dicks. Those guys he liked. I don't understand it, Marvin. I just don't get it.
I remember one night, Larry was playing at Studio 54, and I was there with some friends of mine, personal friends, and Larry had his chaps on and so on and so forth, and he said, he looked at me and he said, "So what? I had them all, even the father." And I wanted to say, "Miss Larry, those are my friends, but I don't need to know that."
I had them all, even
I had
the
them
ball.
all.
And Larry would simply say stuff like that. But Larry's classic move, like
yeah.
a new song would come out, and he'd put a white sticker over
Yeah.
the label so no one knew what it was, and he wouldn't tell
Smart
anyone.
guy.
Yeah, smart guy. It's not what it was about, Marvin.
I
It was,
know,
It was,
I know,
We came
I know.
into it to share this music with
I
friends,
know.
not to hide it from them. And then he took me into the amp room one day, and the wiring, most, like Alex Rosner's been on, Shorty's been on, Richard Long, if he was here, he would tell you the same thing. They wire things very neatly, put the wires, staple them up and everything. Larry's amp room looked like snakes on a plane. It was
Yeah.
wires everywhere. And he said to me, "You know what that's called, Nicky?" I said, "A mess." And he said, "Insurance."
All right.
All right. You see that?
But
I just don't see it that way. I
he
see it
had
as
no
someone
insurance when it
very
was all
scared.
over.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
You get
and
what you
he
put out.
negotiated that deal for himself.
Did you ever edit with him? Like
There you go.
Okay.
Because
I did.
with tape all
Over,
over the wall.
yeah.
Little tiny
Pieces,
pieces.
because it could
And
a
he
little
knew what
time.
everything was.
Yeah, he did.
was
Larry,
crazy.
I have to say something.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he when he did Don't Make Me Wait, he rented I said this I think on one of the other shows. He rented a huge Apex tape machine because he wanted to get the hand claps just right, and he stood up in the booth at the garage for weeks editing those hand claps to just get them right, and he learned how to edit himself. Now that's
Oh, he was
something
amazing.
Yeah.
With a razor blade.
Yeah.
And oh god.
Yeah, that's what it was about.
I
back
watched
then.
him do the whole like Padlock EP,
Oh,
like
cool.
all those, and you'd go in there and there would be tiny pieces of tape, like a
because
quarter of an-
that
all
much
over
of
the wall.
tape, that tiny piece would change
everything.
everything. It changed the way the beat came in. We don't
It was like he was a-
appreciate
he
it
was
the
a
way we do
witch.
it now. It's so easy, and you could match up. You could actually see the waveform and just make
Right.
sure that they go over each other. Those days, you didn't see anything.
No.
It was all done with your.
And he would, he was like a witch. He would like pull something off the wall.
He
like
not
this.
like a
And
witch.
I would like, and I would like, how the hell do you know what that is? And
Uh-huh.
he goes, I know exactly what it is. I'm like, okay, well, tell me, And he would be like, and then he would tell me and it was like a quarter of an inch. It was nothing. And he would put it on, and it would be exactly
What he said.
Levan shade.
Yeah.
He gave the best shade. Me and him, we used to.
Yeah.
They always thought that he and I didn't like each other, and I was like unsure because I said, "Why doesn't Larry ever say hello to me or anything like that?" And Shamako said, "Oh, he knows who you are. He knows everything about you. He knows you're funny. You're this. You're that." And I said, "Oh, okay, So I was, but in the end, we got to be friends.
Did you know
But
Shamako?
He was a lot of
I
fun.
don't think so.
Shamako was Larry's best friend.
Yeah, he's
for a
in that
long time.
movie.
Shamako,
Shamako.
Larry wanted to be a designer when he first started. Well, he was in the School of Art and Design, and so was Frankie. And Larry would design things. Shimako would sew them up and make them for him.
No, I
He
don't
would,
think
yeah. So Shimako and him were really, when we met, they were very close. But anyway, let's go back to you. So
Yeah.
you get to now.
Did you
Which came first, area or danceteria?
oh no, I'm sorry, Danceteria. Like so, after Mud Club, I went to the Pyramid Club and Club 57. So some of the East Village
Club
kind of punk.
57.
Yeah,
I
the
wanted to
punk-
go there so badly.
Yeah, it was fun.
I never got there, but I got to the Mud Club and I saw the Lounge Lizards.
Oh yeah.
And that I think, no, really, was that Jane Mansfield's car? No, because it was black. I think it was just a demonstration or
Why they said
you-
it was
you
they
Jane
said-
set up
Mansfield.
Jane Mansfield's car, and they threw a
For
blonde
those of
wig
you
on
who
top
don't
of it.
know, Jane Mansfield was a very
Oh, you're talking
buxom
about, okay, I know what you're talking about. the
actress
dead-
who
right.
was
Yeah.
beheaded in a car.
No. It was her wig. It wasn't her head.
Well, everybody
She was-
thought it was her head, but it
Right.
turned out to be
yeah,
a wig.
yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're
Yeah.
talking about the funeral.
Oh, was that it?
It
Was that
was-
the theme?
Yeah, it was like, right. It was I don't know, dead
Wow.
celebrities or
Wow.
something.
Yeah,
Oh,
or
really?
Hollywood
Yeah.
Babylon type thing. Yeah.
I played Dead Elvis
Oh,
yeah,
for that party?
for that party.
You
yeah.
used to be Elvaz, right? The king of the mermaids. At the
No,
mermaid. That wasn't you.
That's John Sex.
Oh, John Sex was
Ah.
Elvaz. That's right.
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
So,
So
Yeah.
yeah, then
you, so you got to
Danceteria.
Danceteria, and
Right.
and you were there for the Madonna signing.
Yeah, I was there. Madonna worked in the coat check, and I was DJing, and Mark Kamens was the main DJ at Danceteria.
And you already had an idea for a record, or you had already made. Did you make a kind of
Well, I
what
was.
did they call it back then? Those what did they call when you submitted
a demo?
a demo? Yeah.
No, nothing like that at all.
Okay.
I was, playing in punk bands and doing that kind of
Oh
stuff.
right.
And
So you
and
and
I was,
Johnny plays the bass.
So I was I was performing, and in 1980, I guess in 1979 or something, I saw Grandmaster Flash, and I saw,
Oh,
and I
wow.
was watching, and I was, seeing like the hip hop guys
Yeah.
uptown and stuff for the first time, and it just blew my mind. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god,
It's something
this is
new.
incredible. Yeah, I mean, it was totally new. The whole
Right.
The break
scratching,
dancing.
everything. It was just, and so I wrote this. I went, I'm gonna rap.
Yeah.
So I did the whole, Tank Fly, Boss Walk, Jam, Nitty Gritty, talk about the boys from the big bad city.
I
This is
remember
damn
that.
hot.
That.
Yeah, so-
did you make any money from that? I mean, you wrote
yeah,
it.
I actually did. Yeah.
I'm sure you made money because you wrote it, right?
Right.
Did you retain your publishing?
Yes.
Okay, at least half of it.
No, I have the publishing.
You still have it.
Yeah, I remember. and-
So you still get a few coins once in a
yeah,
while?
I do. I mean,
Oh,
that
cool.
song gets sampled like every week. There's another.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Sample.
God
But-
bless you.
But
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it.
So
'Cause
I had been
so
perf-
few DJs make money like
so,
that.
So I've been performing it, and and Mark Kamens heard it. So Mark was signing
Oh.
people. So Mark signed Madonna, and she did Everybody.
You're right,
and-
but how did
and
he
my-
know she was any talent at all? I mean, she was basically a good dancer.
I don't know. You know what? Let's just steer away from Madonna because
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
like I don't want to go down
When
that,
Madonna
that-
calls.
I don't want to go down. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
But but anyway, so Mark.
I do. I do.
So Mark and Kenton Nix, who
Kenny
did
Nix, who's going to be on the show. We haven't finalized, but I'll text you, Kenny, if you're listening.
who's
Who
great
was Tana Gardner's writer? Wrote Heartbeat,
and is a kick-ass
and all
drummer.
of Tana's. Yeah,
He's like a kick-ass drummer.
yeah.
Very good producer.
A
So-
great producer.
Yeah, so Kenny Nix and Mark Kamens produced Jam Hot, and
Great.
We recorded it at Blank Tapes with
Right.
Butch Jones, and when I look
Bob
back
Blank's
now, I mean,
studio.
yeah, it's like history.
That is history.
Yeah, it's
Bob
history.
Blank Studios was something.
History.
We got any questions, Danielle, coming through? Or
Actually, yes.
okay, but
Oh, there's questions?
anything good?
I didn't know there was going to be
Can-
questions.
There was Joe Robinson wrote, I remember the year they lost their lease. I called it the year of Club Soho. It was a great summer. I had fun all that summer. They're actually
Wait. That's not a question.
They're actually
That's a comment.
I know. They're
but
actually talking about the gallery.
oh, right. We
Oh.
didn't lose our lease. We
So that's what they're
we
saying.
had an option to go on, and my brother called me in his office. You know the story,
I
Marvin,
know,
right?
yeah.
And he said, we have the option to pick up or move on, and I'll move on with you if you get off drugs.
Okay.
This is what's
Really?
him. This is him.
Yeah, oh, that's it.
Okay. I'll pick up the option if you get off drugs. Fuck you. I said, go fuck yourself. And I went to Buttermilk Bottom. Yeah. So we didn't lose our lease. That's what happened. That's the truth.
Now I have a Johnny Dynell record. I think it's one like a pop new wave. I think it's Love Will Find a Way.
Oh, Love Find a Way.
Love Find a Way. Yeah.
You wrote that one too, Johnny?
Yeah.
You wrote that too?
Uh-huh.
Good. Yeah.
Is
good.
that, I'm trying to think. Is
I
is
brought
that the
it
one that
'cause
Larry did?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think maybe you produced it and wrote it and everything, and it came in a.
I
You
wrote
know,
it.
you had a DA, and I said, "Oh, that's so cool,"
Oh,
because
on
I just
Atlantic
read what
with Joey
vinyl was made of.
Ah.
Yeah, so I said Dynell. You know, the Dynell
Right,
is
that's-
a,
yeah,
is a
that's-
fabric,
right.
a filament. I said, "Oh, that's so cool."
Well, you know
Let
what
me
it is?
buy
Yeah,
this.
Dynell is.
Yeah.
It's like the stuff that doll's hair is made. It's like that.
Oh,
Right.
yes, the fiber.
So that when
Wow.
people say like Dynell, what kind of name is that? I just say fake.
yes, yeah.
What is
No,
your background? What is-
My real last name is Savas, so it's Greek.
Greek. Malay?
Greek.
I love Greece.
Yeah,
I do.
It's a great.
It's going through a rough time, but I love the country.
Well, it's always going through a rough time.
Yeah. So, okay.
Okay, so
we're gonna
Danceteria area,
And
and
then
what was next?
Then I went to the tunnel. I was like Friday and Saturdays at the tunnel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When
And
did
that's-
Danny come there?
Well, see, I was there
Danny
when it,
Teniglia.
no, that's like later. Like
That's
I,
later.
Yeah, I
Tunnel,
played when the tunnel first
First
the
opened.
first few years, and was very exciting because it was like when house music was first starting. Frankie Knuckles, Frankie was bringing house records to
Right.
Larry,
To
and
Larry,
stuff,
and
the
everyone was
Chicago-
going, where can we get those?
Yeah.
And
So we were like
they were struggling at Vinyl Mania to get
Oh,
those
yeah.
records in from Chicago, and it just exploded.
it did. Well,
It
see,
was.
so I was at the tunnel Friday and Saturday, and so I had like 2,000 kids every Friday and 2,000 every Saturday.
And
David
you're
Morale-
talking about kids.
Yeah, they were young, yeah.
And
And David
and a
Morales-
lot of bridge and tunnel, right?
Oh, it was total Bridget. Tunnel,
But
yeah.
The tunnel was bridge and tunnel.
Yeah.
What we mean by bridge and tunnel is people from outside the New York City area. People who could dance.
And David Morales was at Red Zone, and Junior was Sound Factory. So we had this whole
Sound Factory.
So
right.
house was kind of coming in, and we were breaking a lot of new records. Like I remember Todd Terry came to the tunnel.
Oh, right.
And he was like it was very shy,
Right.
and he brought me this. It may have been a cassette. No, I think it
could
was.
you imagine, bitches? A cassette.
I think it was.
Yeah,
And
I'm
he
sure.
was-
I
and
played
he-
cassettes.
Yeah, no, and he was like he was like really shy, and
Todd
and I'm-
Terry gave
and-
you a record on cassette.
and-
Fuck me, man.
and it was like he was just started, and I think it was one of his big
Hit.
first ones, and
Yeah.
it was like, can you feel it? Or so it was like one of those.
Oh my
great.
God,
And
that
I
was
just
huge.
put it on, and I was like, holy
shit. Right.
Because those kids went
Nuts.
Like, you know what it's like when you
Yeah,
put
I
on
mean, the
something-
night I played Love Hangover
Yeah,
10
exactly.
times.
Yeah,
That was so
exactly.
much fun.
Well, that's what I did, and I was like, oh please, to Todd, I said, bring me anything, that
Anything, yeah.
and it was just like,
Can
you know,
you open it?
I mean, I can't remember the order of
Right,
which ones,
right.
but it was something like that. But it was like right out of the box.
It was, yeah.
You know who was like that too? The Beastie Boys. They were the Beastie Boys at Danceteria. They were another. They just brought a cassette.
They brought a
And,
cassette.
Yeah, and they were these kids. They were so cute. They were
Yeah.
like 16.
Yeah.
You know, and they're hanging out and Johnny, you know.
Play my record,
Yeah, you play
baby.
my. And I'm like, all right, you know, I
All
put it on,
right.
and it was Cookie Puss. I don't know if you.
Cookie Puss. I
And
love
it was
Cookie
the
Puss.
funniest record, and I'm like, oh, again, it was the same sort of thing. But of course,
What
it
about
was
Fudgy the Whale?
Cookie Puss. Oh, these
Cookie Puss.
These cookie crumbs making me itch, or something. No, these
come on.
pussy crumbs making me itch.
Cookie Puss.
Where-
Cookie Puss.
I want to talk to Cookie Puss,
Puss.
bitch.
Yeah,
Where Cookie
yeah,
Puss
yeah.
at?
It's where Cookie Puss at? Well, what about Fudgy the Whale? Oh, it was.
So funny. But
was-
Rick
There was a
Rubin
commercial
produced it. Yeah.
on TV about Carvel ice cream. And
Right.
he
Yep.
used to have this like thing called Fudgy the Whale.
Fudgy the Whale.
And it was a mold that looked like a whale. And then he turned the mold upside down
Yeah.
and he made Cookie Puss,
Yeah.
which was the same mold.
Same mold.
Oh,
But it was
that's
upside
true.
down.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
They
And
were like-
everyone knew it. And
Yeah.
he would be on Cookie Puss or Fudgy the Whale.
Fudgy the Whale
You
was
can
for
have
Father's
both
Day.
For $5. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
Let me speak to Cookie Puss. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it was.
yeah, it was like, yeah, bitch, like he was talking to the operator, you know. I want to talk to Cookie Puss.
So when did you meet Chi-Chi?
Chi-Chi and I met at the Mud Club,
Right.
in I guess 1980.
When did you get married?
And we got married in 1983, because I got a record advance for Jam Hot, and I was rich. I got like $300 or something, and we're like, come on, let's go. And we went to Mexico and eloped.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Yeah, and
That's
and
really.
we're still having fun.
And you're still together.
yeah, we're still
I
having
love
fun.
that.
Do
I
you
love
do
that.
you have a lot of photographs of that area because it's changed? So from when
From
one
which area?
111 3rd Avenue.
Oh.
God, it's
Yeah,
it was really.
Right.
I would
Oh.
say that
No, it was.
it was the biggest kept secret in New York City.
Well, you know, if you watch
14th
Taxi
Street.
Driver, that's where Taxi Driver was filmed. All those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Was
I saw that once. That was enough.
actually I've never seen it.
Good for
Really?
you.
No, I
Good
never
for
saw
you.
Scary,
saw it.
scary
Yeah.
movie.
Oof.
So, I want to
Yeah.
ask you about Jackie 60.
Okay.
Where did the idea come from? I mean, you said it was you and Chi-Chi together.
Well,
or-
the thing is, Jackie was kind of like the culmination of our nightclub years, you know, and we were bringing together all these different worlds. Like I'm an extravaganza, and so we were bringing the
An
ball house.
extravaganza is he's in the house of extravaganza. That was, and if you watch Pose, the different houses, it's real. They changed the names of the houses and stuff like that, but there are real houses, and the House of Extravaganza is one of the more well-known houses.
And that was one of
And-
their hangouts, wasn't it? 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Patches gave me all the tea.
I had been doing music for fashion shows, so I knew, you know, like a lot of fashion
the
people.
models.
So it was like, and then the art world. So we kind of brought it all together. But it was really just like you started your club. You know, it started with 50, 100 people. But you know, those 50
faithful.
people were like, it was like Pat Field and Mark Jacobs and
Wow.
I mean, what you
Mark
know what I'm
Jacobs.
saying.
Before
What's
he
the
was
one
famous
that
now.
popped up everywhere? She's gone now. Sylvia Miles.
Yeah,
I used to wonder who she was, and then when I found out, I said, "Oh,
So what year did you actually open?
Okay, so we started Jackie in 1990, and we closed it the last Tuesday of the 20th century. Because
So it's a 10-year run,
yes,
and it was in the meatpacking district,
14 in Washington.
and it was downstairs, if I remember. No,
Well, there was upstairs and downstairs.
downstairs,
Yeah,
right?
it was 2 floors.
And it was in the beginning, it was just very. I didn't go in the very beginning, but I guess it was less decorated.
Oh
Less,
yeah, it was one room.
less visual.
And David Morales and I played together in
Oh,
the beginning.
cool.
Yeah, so.
And you brought David in, or you?
Oh
asked
yeah,
him?
I brought David in. Yeah.
Mhm. And did it take off within the first year? It took off, right?
Yeah, it really did. In the beginning, like I said, it was like 50 people. Then it was like 100
What
people.
night was it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And
So this is a middle of the week party, and it was popular. I'm talking about every Tuesday night. That place was packed.
And
Yeah.
they used to have different themes. Like
Right.
there
Every
would- there
week
would
was
be
a-
an all. I remember
Yeah.
one night I wanted to go to the Click Club.
right.
And I was doing the one on the corner Jay's. Then all of a sudden, I saw like these really attractive men, going into the club. And then I figured it out. And I was tucked, and I went over to one of the girls, and I said,
I was
I
tucked,
want to get
honey.
in.
You're giving away your secret.
I wanted to get in. It ain't a secret. I want to get in, and she was gonna let me in because I didn't have a mustache or
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
And then comes some little smart ass. Oh no, you're a man. You have to be here. And you have to be accompanied by two
women,
females. Yeah. And I said, oh shit, man, I'm missing out on like
Well, we
a
kept,
cool
we
party.
kept it strict.
But it was a cool party,
Oh,
and
it
I
was
and I
great.
also went to Mother,
Uh-huh.
and there was a play, and I had just finished reading.
Wait a minute. You're talking about Jackie 60?
Yeah, Jackie
the Click-
60, the club, different nights. There
Well,
would be
you-
different.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
it was the Click Club.
On Click Club was on Friday.
Okay.
See, the thing is, Jackie became successful, and we ended up buying the club.
Wow.
So
Oh.
then that's what happened because
nice.
Jackie started just on Tuesday nights, and then after a while it became really successful, and then we bought the club and called it Mother. And
Right,
then,
I
and then,
remember.
but the thing is, there were different parties. Like Friday was the Clit Club, Saturday was Cyber Fetish, and it was called Click and Drag.
Oh, yeah.
And and it was like very strict dress code. It was rubber, leather, PVC.
Wow.
Very strict dress code. And,
Rubber, leather,
And they
other
came,
things
too.
And they
Yeah.
came
Oh yeah,
in
yeah. I mean, it
droves.
was a beautiful night. It was incredible. And then Thursdays was a goth party called Long Black Veil, which was vampires.
And didn't you have a Bowie night?
Well, we did. It wasn't ours, but they did do a yeah.
Yeah, I remember being like
Yeah.
the first night, like totally bombed out of my head. And I went downstairs, and out from the coat check came a guy that looked just like the cover of Space Oddity.
Yeah.
And I was totally not ready. And then, like I said, there was I had just finished reading James Dean's biography.
Uh-huh.
And then there was this play about James Dean, and someone said that James Dean died because he was getting a blowjob, and that's, how the car crashed. And I yelled out, "That's not true!"
Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was
Getting a
satire.
blowjob from Teddy
I really didn't
Pendergrass.
realize it was satire.
Yeah.
In the show. You got a lot with Jackie 60s. What was the...
Well, the
What-
one that we're kind of known for now is we do the Night of 1,000 Stevies.
Oh, yeah,
which
that's
is the
real
whole,
popular.
Night of 1,000 Stevie Nicks. And that's, become huge at this point.
When is
that's every May.
Okay.
And,
Cool.
yeah, so it's, people come in drag, whatever, dress like Stevie, and, and
I had
Stevie
an
loves
idea
it. She's,
to do something with you, and we'll talk about it.
Right.
Because I'm not sharing this with you, bitches.
Oh,
Look,
all
you
right.
made me turn
Throw
down
in
my
some
mic, and I
lavish
can't
shade.
even hear myself now. Bitch. That's, turn him up.
oh, do you want me to
Oh.
get closer?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Test it.
Test, 1, 2.
Oh, that's Marvin.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay,
One,
there
two.
you go.
1, 2.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so
Jackie 60s.
Jackie, yeah, so we closed Jackie the last Tuesday of the 20th century
wow.
because Chi-Chi was very adamant about keeping...
And it was successful at the
Oh,
point.
yeah. No. It was packed.
Crowds, packed.
It was like,
well, I'm sure last night you
it was like 800 people jammed into a room that should fit 300.
300, yeah.
That's like what Jackie was like. It was
Right.
too crowded. But Chi-Chi was like, no, Jackie's got to stay
with the great clubs.
Yeah, it's
of-
got to be,
of the
you know,
90s.
yeah,
like Mud and
history.
Studio. She did not want, because we saw the whole meat market and the High Line coming in, and we were
Oh,
like, no,
God.
that's like,
Did
that's
that
not
turn
us.
into Disney World on top of everything else?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Immediately.
you know, it's great. It's like,
It's
I mean,
fun for
no,
what?
it is.
For tourists?
Money.
no, it's, you know what?
You
Money.
gotta make
yeah.
money. It's a
Yeah.
job.
Like Chi-Chi's up with you, but I like it. I like the meat market. I like the High Line, you know.
You do.
Yeah, I mean, the
I-
Standard Hotel, I mean, there's some
That
good,
is turkey.
there's some good parties there. Christina
Where?
Visca's party.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
on Sunday.
Honey, I hate that sound system. I'm sorry. They
But it's
make a
fun.
lot of money in that room. They need to improve that sound system.
All right, go.
It's
rubber,
just a piece of crap.
It's
rubber
not going to
gets
happen now, I'll
sticky.
tell you.
Oh, I know.
the rubber floor gets sticky, and I like to go to a club and dance a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
I don't, and that the smell is not like Levan douche. That's just that smell from that thing is.
You know,
You
and
talking
the-
about
the
Paris?
sticky
Like, you
dance
talking about
floor. Yeah,
Le
it's
Bandouche in
supposed to be
Paris?
like,
No,
yeah,
the-
La Bandouche,
Yeah.
but it's not. La Bandouche
it's
didn't
chlorine.
Yeah, yeah.
Is what you're
Yeah,
smelling.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's got a little pool on the
Still
dance
funny
floor.
Yeah.
though to watch people taking their clothes. These young kids
Taking their clothes
Taking their
off and
clothes
going
off
in
in
that
front of you,
pool.
getting in the
My
pool.
manager.
for free.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody paying you unless you know you got something on the side. You're smart.
Marvin
Devo.
did that. That's his Grace. His Grace
Yeah.
era.
You know something, you know, you got to show these shirts to Pat Field.
Oh, okay.
You
okay.
really should.
And
Pat's selling some really. She's doing some great stuff now. She's selling art clothes.
painted stuff.
Yeah, painted stuff, and I don't know what you would call it. Art.
I started out painting clothes and airbrushing stuff. I used to have this one jacket that the first one that I painted, little rhinestones and high heel shoes. And every time I had to go to someplace fancy, I would put it on. So it ended up me
Then
wearing
everybody
it to
wanted
a
it,
lot of
yeah.
different places. Yeah, to like what was it, Palladium and different places. And finally, it got so worn out that I buried a friend in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
it was the last one I painted. Because at that point, I was kind of like broke, kind of almost like I am now. And I would just paint clothes and, go out on the street and lay it on the street. And kids were buying them. But back then, people had money
Yeah.
to spend, on different artwork. And
No, your shirts are nice though. I
thank
think
you.
Pat would really like them.
No, that's good. But the thing is, I'm sorry. Well, every shirt that you buy, the proceeds go to help Nigerian children with different diseases, because I have a funny feeling that they're manufacturing, viruses and things with the mosquitoes and the bites and the this and the that. And so every shirt that you buy covers one child in Africa who maybe can't afford his medication,
Wow.
can't afford mosquito-proof clothing, because the owner of the CEO, Robin Crispo, of CodePurpleEvent.com.
That's where you can get the T-shirts.
The whole story is on that, and he has manufactured mosquito-proof fabric,
Wow.
and so he has mosquito-proof and a few other things. But I
Very
signed
cool.
a confidential thing, so I have to
Not talk
But
about
I
it?
am going to do some other work
You
that
should-
I
no, but
will
you
be
should-
able
you
to
should-
sell that.
Yeah, you should
All the
show
money
us.
will go to Marvin.
Honey, your designs are really. You need some. You need to do some things for
I'm gonna
yourself
get-
because
yeah.
they're really fucking gorgeous. I mean, look at this shirt.
I love
Look
that
at this.
shirt. I love that shirt on you.
This is a Marvin.
When I wear that shirt, people look at me, because I live on the Lower East Side, but I live on the really, in the
ends
LES,
of
the
it.
LES, right? And sometimes I come out in that shirt and people look at me like, what the fuck is that? As a matter of fact, I was in the senior citizens place. She offered me a place where I could paint. And the senior citizens, and I was doing this big Grace Jones and different Nina Simone. And somebody said, in Latin, you're doing all those divas. Why aren't you doing any of the Latin divas? So I had to change over, just
Celia Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did
Wow.
some Celia Cruz,
Yeah.
and they They took them right away.
They took him right away.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool.
You know, when
know-
she died, do you know she
Oh,
had?
she was fabulous.
But India was. I think it was India was telling me she had 3 costume changes, 3 costume changes and wig changes in her coffin.
Now, give me a
I
vote.
wanna
And
go
I don't
that
know
way,
if that's
honey.
yeah. I
Give
mean,
me a
because
vote.
she had 3 funerals, right? She had one in New York, Miami, and I think Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Okay, give me a vote now. Is that weird or is it not that weird?
What costume change?
In
And
your-
when
in
you
your-
did, having
Not
your
for
friends
her.
Barbie
Are you
dolls.
kidding?
It's
I think
fabulous.
It's
I think it's
genius. Yeah,
fabulous.
I think it's
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Costume and wig changes. That's what I heard. 3.
Well, she outdid.
Unless maybe they're talking about one was New York, one was Miami, one was
No,
Puerto Rico.
well, Aretha had, they changed her clothes too. But I mean,
in her coffin. You mean when they
yeah,
show
didn't
when
they took, she had a blue dress and a green dress or something like that.
Oh,
which
okay.
it doesn't. I get it. I kind of get it. But I just want to go.
I DJ'd for the last time Aretha played. It was in
Where?
St. John the Divine, right before she died. It was
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was in Elton John AIDS Foundation
Really?
party. Yeah, and I was the DJ.
did the movie come out yet?
Yeah,
when
yes.
that was that because that
Yeah.
movie, it blew me away. That movie. Did you
Really?
see it?
No, I didn't see it yet. No.
It's like she gets
That's the guy who
she gets possessed
Yeah.
by spirit.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
she starts singing these things that are just coming through
I'm going
her.
to see
Yeah.
that. I'm
It's
going to see that by
fucking-
myself.
It was.
I'm going to go see
it
that.
was a real insight into,
Yeah, I have to
into
see
the
it.
church and everything. I mean, she just closed her eyes and she was like, "Hey," and it was like just like through her.
one time
it
I-
was brilliant.
One time,
Brilliant.
Chi-Chi and I were at this party. It was like a cocktail party, and she was there, and there was a piano, and she sat down to the piano, and it was just like in a a room, and it was just a few people, and I'm like, oh my God, this is genius. Aretha's gonna sing. What's she gonna do? She sang opera.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
She got on the
Right.
piano and sang arias.
Well, that was the big thing. Remember when she came on TV and did that thing with Pavarotti
yeah,
and
yeah,
she
yeah.
held her
Uh-huh.
own grape?
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin?
Yes.
Yes.
She came on with
Opera.
Pavarotti
Yeah.
and she tore him up.
Yeah, yeah.
He was going, my God. And
Get
she
outta here.
tore it
Yeah.
up. And the TV, it was a big thing. People
Yeah.
went crazy
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Ooh, I'm
Gotta
gonna
look it up on
that
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not.
So tell
I
us some
think-
interesting
Oh, yeah.
stories.
What's this?
Dennis was here and he said, Johnny's got really interesting stories.
that he can't tell.
What is this thing that you have at Bedlam? Are you going to be, after the Fire Island, the Cherry Grove thing is over,
Right.
you have this little underwear party. He has like an underwear party. I would dare go in it.
No, he talked about it
Right.
before
A
you
couple of
came,
months after
bitch.
the gym.
Well,
You know,
okay, it's not.
gym up.
I mean,
It's not that bad.
Daniel
It's jock
Nardi-
straps, baby.
Right, Daniel Nardicchio, pretty much, he invented the underwear party about 15, 20 years ago, and
It's been going strong ever since.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
everybody's copying it now. Everybody's doing underwear parties, but they're really fun, and he's been doing it for like 15, 20 years, and he does them at the Ice Palace every summer.
cool.
And then in the winter, we'll do them maybe once a month or on holidays or something like that. So I think,
which holidays?
like the
Christmas.
They do it like on an off night.
yeah,
An off night, holiday night where you want to go out. You want to go out, but you don't want to be around disco queens. You want to
Right.
be around
But it's fun. But the crazy thing about it, that it's just like brilliant marketing, especially on Fire Island, because it just sounds like the underwear
The
party.
underwear,
But like really,
so
what is
risque.
the difference between being on the beach all day in a Speedo and then being in your
I don't
underwear?
see much of a difference.
No, there's no difference. It's
Who's
like
that screaming cat? You hear the cat screaming? He's right behind you, Mom. I have a little bit of a menagerie in my house.
It must mean I'm
See
gonna
them?
get another-
They're all around.
I love cats.
Hi, baby.
It must mean I'm going to get
Is that the loudest fucking cat you've ever heard in your life?
No, this place. I have to say, this place is great.
Oh, thank you.
It really is.
Thanks a lot. So come
Yeah.
on, one story about
Um,
a famous person, and you saw them blowing a guy.
Oh,
God.
no, there's so many of us. I can tell you all that.
No, tell a good story that's
God.
not risque.
About
that-
somebody really
that-
famous that
Yeah.
was at Jackie 60.
Like when, Richie Kazar tried to
Oh, my God.
throw Diana Ross off the ledge at Studio 54 because she was sitting on his records. Like something like that.
All right. Well, let me think about it. Let's talk about something else. Another
Okay.
thing about something
Okay.
good.
Did you
So
go to
then
that
I-
Halston party where everybody had to go and drag?
What? Say it again.
Did you go to the Halston party where everybody had
no.
to go and drag?
This
Okay.
is he's bringing up something he's not supposed to talk about.
No, Bobby Miller's cool with it.
Oh,
He's
he
cool
is?
with it,
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
spoke to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Because,
you
there
know-
were pictures circulating that.
Well, speaking of that, the thing that was great about Jackie, we didn't let cameras in.
Oh,
So that's what it
wow.
was. So
Did you have your own photographer?
yes,
Oh,
we had,
okay.
well, Patrick McMullen. I don't know if you know.
Yes, that's right.
We let Patrick, take pictures because everybody felt comfortable. So if you were like, say, Mick Jagger, and you happened to be there with a boy, just saying, if that happened, I'm not saying it did, but
No, right.
but
Well, Mick
it's-
came to the gallery one night with
Yeah.
David Bowie. It was 1976, 75 or
Right, right.
76.
75 is 6, 75.
Yeah,
76.
he was at Les Jardins, and John Addison said, "Oh, go to the gallery. You got to go there." And they came in with a model, didn't they?
I heard
They got
that-
rid of her.
That Louis Castillo told them about the gallery beforehand. He said, I don't want them to come there because they were this drag queen, and the drag queen was a mess and blah blah blah, and he didn't want to be bothered. And Mick Jagger, because I really liked David Bowie, and I wanted to get his autograph, Bowie's
Right.
autograph, and I made the mistake of asking Mick first. And that night, everyone used to wear thrift clothes at the club, and so I told my friend, I said, listen, let's not wear any old clothes or anything that's gonna, when it gets hot and foggy, let's just always stay pressed and clean and
So,
while we're stoned.
Wait a minute, you didn't know they were coming. You just
No, I
you
didn't
just
know
were
that.
making
and
this.
I had
okay.
this white shirt that I just got from Bloomingdale's, and it was made of stretchy fabric from back then.
Stretchy?
Something new, yeah.
Something
And,
new.
It was a
Stretchy
cute
fabric,
shirt,
new.
And I had these little pants, and our hair was cut short. We were real neat-looking dudes. And I asked Mick Jagger for his autograph, and he started wiping his hands on me, and he said, I can have anything I want. And that was my look. I was like, I don't get it. And then David had that crazy color in his hair that gets on your palms of your hands. And I kept thinking, oh no, suppose he does that too. I'll have day glow stuff all over my shirt. I was like freaking out, but it was funny though. That's when he became the young American. I think if he hadn't gone to gallery and actually seen how we carried on,
yeah.
because David always wanted to have a little bit of that black rock and roll thing.
Right,
in
right.
him.
That was
He
the best.
loved it.
That was the best album.
It
And
was. It
he
really was.
completed-
Oh my!
he
The
completed
whole
Young
album, every
American.
song,
Yeah.
Fame was on there.
Oh.
My God!
Young
He even did
Americans.
one that you
Right.
could hustle to.
Yeah.
What was it? Stay.
Yeah.
It was a great
And
album.
Luther Vandross, taking it all the right way, keeping it in the bag,
yeah.
taking it all the right,
Right.
way.
Oh my God!
Never no turning back, baby.
So how's Chi Chi?
She's good.
Yeah.
She's we're still in New York, obviously, but we also have a house in New Orleans. So we
cool.
go back from New York, and we're doing. We do Night of 1,000 Stevies in New Orleans
In New
too.
Orleans.
So now we have.
That's fun.
yeah.
That's
So,
fun. How
like
is
in New
New
York,
Orleans now?
God, New Orleans is like the greatest city. It really
Yeah,
is.
I always I love when a city like falls and then it comes back because
Right.
during its kind of transition, all these interesting things happen.
Yeah.
like it's almost like the city is reborn and the growth you go back in time to come forward in time again. Like everything, like Chicago, and reminded me of New York City in the '70s so
Yeah.
much. Like 2 years ago, it was like, whoa.
I
look
mean,
at this.
you know what? New Orleans is it's so full of hipsters now, though. You know, it's like,
Right.
it's kind of like the last stop on the L train. You know what I mean? It's just like,
I've
I
never
mean,
been.
it really is. It's just like, I mean, you can't find a girl.
in New York City, there's this place called Williamsburg that became the neighborhood, and it's in Brooklyn, and it became the neighborhood because all these hipsters moved there, and it's the last stop on the L train.
Like you can't find a girl in New Orleans that doesn't have a face tattoo.
What?
Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody's tattooed and pierced, but everybody. So it's kind of
When
like.
did you
it's
get the
fun.
house? When did you buy the house?
4
Before the
ye-
flood? After?
Well, we've been going down there because Chi-Chi's brother
Lives down there?
yeah, and he was down there like since the 80s. So we had been going down there. So we sort of knew the neighborhood and knew everybody. And 4 years ago, we got the house, and we're fixing it up.
Great.
Beautiful 1800s.
Well, I'm
double
handy.
shotgun.
I'm very handy.
But I mean, it's a magic city.
I know how to change a lock, right, Danielle?
Do you like Big Frida and the bounce thing?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
The whole New Orleans groove.
yeah, I do. I like
a lot
it.
of
It's
money in
not-
that because it's
Yeah,
different.
I mean,
you
it's
know?
not really my thing.
No,
but I like,
no,
but I like
it's-
her.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's still down there doing parties, and she's like, really.
She's
out
a whole
there.
different type of sophistication.
Yeah.
You know, not like a New Yorker kind of thing.
So what are you, if we go here, Johnny, depending where you play, you're playing a mixture of old and new, or
Well-
do you play any new?
Yeah. Oh no, of course I do.
You
Yeah,
do?
yeah. Because if I'm playing now, like say on Fire Island, at the Ice
Right,
Palace
right.
and
Yeah,
stuff,
you
or
gotta.
playing for the kids, they want their pop.
Right.
And I had problems with that in the beginning, like a lot of DJs did,
Right,
where
right.
all of a sudden it's just, I want to hear Britney.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Beyonce.
Yeah.
It's like,
They come up to the booth
Oh,
near me,
God.
and they go, and I go. I just turn the other way.
right.
And this Saturday in London, I called security.
You didn't. What were they going to
Yeah, I
ask
don't
you
wanna
to
talk to
hear
them.
something?
Oh, no,
like
are they-
I don't want to talk to them.
mainstream, real mainstream?
I don't know. I
No,
just
but-
didn't want to talk to them.
But,
When
or
you
they
come
throw,
up to the booth and you have a kind of attitude like you deserve something,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you.
I mean, who goes up to, would you, like,
Not
okay.
at a discotheque, no.
No, I mean, like, say when I first went to hear you play or something, I would never in a million years think that I could go up to the DJ and ask for a song.
But
Not even ask,
and
now,
then-
not even
and-
demand.
And also, the room is going crazy.
And could you
It-
play something I like?
Yeah. The room is erupting, right?
Yeah.
And she says something like, I love what you're playing, but can you play? If you love what I'm playing, just relax and listen some more.
They don't trip anymore.
They
like they don't
want to
they don't
be
do
in
it
control.
stages. They
Right.
want it instantly. It's not
Or
gonna
they shove their
happen.
phone in your face.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Right. Oh.
It's like, I'll just take it and throw it across the room. It's like,
They shove their phone in your face. You hear that, bitches? Don't
Yeah.
do that shit to
I just
DJs.
throw it across the room. Take it and just go.
And, and as a matter
That'd
of
be
fact,
great.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a great
really, I
move.
did
I
it.
love it.
Just go fetch.
Yeah.
another thing, as a matter of fact, like young people, if you're gonna be drinking and having a conversation or using your phone, go to an area where a child is not dancing, because we need
Right.
room to do what we do.
And honey, don't,
And don't
have your
stick your-
drink in your hand
And-
when you're talking to a DJ and put it over the fucking equipment.
no,
Right?
That
Yeah.
equipment costs some money.
Totally.
This one girl knocked the whole speaker down.
In
Oh,
England?
yeah.
No,
yeah.
in Chicago.
Oh, my goodness.
The speaker was on a stand in the corner of the DJ booth, and it was on like a one-pole stand, and it was a heavy speaker, but still, it wouldn't have broke if she didn't slam into it. It broke and came down on me, and I was just lucky
it
the
ruin the
manager was.
party?
I was just lucky the manager was there and he caught it.
Oh, shit.
It was like it was just like split-second timing, and she said, "What's wrong? What did I do? I don't
yeah.
understand."
They're a little too stoned.
Okay, and then if, like you said, if they want a record, they want to hear it, the next record. Like they can't wait a few.
Oh, yeah.
Like
They
I say,
demand
okay,
it.
I'll play it, and then I'll play it when it fits in. 3 or 4 records later, 5 records later, or next year,
Right.
I'll play it.
It's not your bar mitzvah. It's like,
And they got upset that when are you gonna play it? And I had it
That's ridiculous.
queued up.
That's
Right.
terrible.
And I took it off
Yeah.
because I just didn't like the attitude.
They don't.
but
they don't understand.
getting back to the pop thing though, because I know
Yeah,
like
go-
we all
go
went
for
through
that, 'cause
this-
I
yeah,
did this
because
for about a year,
yeah,
and then I decided, fuck
and then
this
I
shit.
I finally realized, you know what it is when we were, going to clubs and stuff, and we would hear things like Donna Summer or.
Right.
I will say. I mean, those were kind of pop.
New, but they were look.
Yeah, but
we
these kids want to sing. They want to sing. They want vocals. Because I'm sorry, it's too many years of just
Beats.
trap and all this kind of like drum and bass and all
Absolutely.
these different kind of stuff with
and
no
EMT,
vocals
it's just
and
no
like,
vocals,
just
and all these
beats and,
raves that you
it's-
just had no vocals all night long.
and these kids want to sing.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, there's some Beyonce and some of these other. I mean, it's good.
Yeah, no, I love when they sing.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I play things for them to sing to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And I do.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
That's
and
yeah.
it's just
So I get it. I
cool
mean, I
it on the
understand.
attitude.
It's just
and
a
I
different
get
generation.
it. You want to sing, please. Let's sing
Right.
together. And I want to do that for you. I really do. But
But the thing is,
but just cool it with the attitude.
And
Have
if you
some
go
respect.
on the dance floor,
Right.
be on the dance floor, dance.
Right.
If you're
Right.
gonna do anything else, go to another area.
They stand and
you-
they look at you like,
That's ridiculous. To
are
stand
you
wanna-
gonna
in the
play
middle
my
of the dance
record?
floor and
But you
stand.
want to hear, like, for instance, I think 2 years ago, I played at the Black Party.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
and
God.
I played Tom Stefan's mix of Beyonce,
Right.
and it wasn't like totally a scandal, but it was kind of. They were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's playing Beyonce," and I was like, I'm
Yeah, it's a
sorry.
good
It was
record.
like it was a really good. It was Tom Stefan. It was really good
yeah.
mix. It wasn't like a 3-minute radio version.
Right.
But it's like a lot of people are still kind of stuck in that. If it's a pop singer, it's no good, And
Yeah, Nicky one night played Like a Prayer, which I never would have thought you'd even play it, but I thought that I didn't like it, but it really rocked. And
Yeah,
I said,
no,
said,
I
they put
play
money
a
on the
Church
dime.
Appella, the
It was
Church
pretty
Appella.
good.
Do you know that?
well, I know when
Like a
she
prayer.
recorded it,
Right.
and I know who's singing background.
Okay, so
And it's like
the
if you know
background.
Yeah.
who those girls are.
yeah, the girls
Oh,
were
I see.
amazing in the background.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
d-
I could tell there's
I'm not
some
going to say
really
who they are
heavy-duty
because-
people there.
Because
yeah.
they're like very famous.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
because I think
Because
at
I
the
heard
time,
the backup
I don't
singers,
think they
but the Church Appella is nothing like the
no.
regular
Radio.
song.
That's what I
Yeah.
played too. Is the Church Appella.
Yeah, I love it. I love that.
But those were those girls. I don't think they wanted people to know that they were.
Yeah,
'cause
it's like
these were like big girls.
20 feet from stardom.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Lisa Fisher, poor Lisa Fisher.
Yeah.
Luther made her a star, and she just went home and ate.
Those girls.
Oh, yeah. That's,
And she won. She
Scary.
split the Performer of the Year Grammy with Patti LaBelle
Yeah.
that year, and she went home and she denied her. She just ripped up her contract and ate, and just didn't do another album.
But
She-
what about rape, murder? What's that? Give Me Shelter.
Oh,
What was her name?
Mary
God.
Clayton.
Mary Clayton.
Yeah, Mary
Oh my
Clayton.
God! And
Yeah.
she talks about
Yeah.
being pregnant.
Yeah,
and
and
going there in her bathrobe, and they called her, and she just went in and just
Yeah, Mary
Killed it.
Clayton. Oh my God! Did you see her in that scene with that afro
Yeah,
on TV?
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, she was so Mary Clayton.
Mary
She was
Clayton.
so radical.
Yeah.
She was so radical. I loved her.
That's a great movie for
Yeah.
everybody. 20 Feet from Stardom.
Stardom. Oh my
Yeah, I've
God,
seen
what
it
a
like
movie!
Gotta see
5
that.
times. It's incredible.
Incredible
You
movie.
know, there's a
I
friend
have
of
a
mine-
copyright in there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a great,
There's
great
a friend
film.
of mine on Facebook that passed away. I don't know if you know him. He he's an artist. He lives in P-Town. Bobby Boschnush. Now you like his artwork.
Yes, I like it a lot.
Now,
yeah.
too bad you didn't buy it because he's gone now. So much money
His
those
dad,
silk screens.
like everyone else.
and his
Maybe if-
mixes. He has a mix page, and he used to go to the gallery, and he used to live in Queens.
Yeah.
And I remember because one night he had fell on Quaaludes or something.
Oh, poor
I
baby.
remember him from
Not
that.
on Quaaludes.
His
those
music-
were the days.
he has
We were
one
talking
mix.
about that before. Johnny and I were talking about Rora and Lemon 714.
He has one mix of all the things that were back in the days, when Marshall was young.
Uh-huh.
He plays It's Gonna Rain and Soul Makusa, Get Rock Steady, and, different things. He goes through, he's chronologing the disco thing. And
cool.
it's pretty good, but, Facebook's kind of weird because all of a sudden you realize somebody's dead.
Yeah, I know.
That
yeah.
is so creepy. I mean,
That's how
Anne
you hear
Francis
nowadays.
freaked me out. Yeah, I know. Isn't
Oh,
it?
when did Anne Francis die?
Man, she died like about, I would say maybe a good 6 years ago, but it just pops up and you go, oh wow,
When you were saying Soul Makosa, I got a good story for you.
Oh.
Kenny Carpenter.
Go ahead, Kenny Carpenter.
So,
From the school of Nicky Siano. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll tell you
you.
straight up.
No,
Yeah.
so anyway, this was right after the Mud Club, and I couldn't, I
Mm.
was saying, I didn't DJ, I couldn't really mix or anything like that, and I was playing. It was some John Addison party, and I can't remember
Uh-huh.
which one it was, and I was playing with Kenny, and obviously he was the main DJ. I don't know what I was doing.
Wow.
there, but
When was this?
this one must have been like 1980 or something.
You were lucky to
And anyway, so I was trying to play Soul Makosa, and I had a 7-inch
Yeah,
of it,
yeah.
and Kenny just was watching me try and DJ, and he was so nice, and he's just looking, he's just like, oh God, this poor guy. And so
You had a
and
7-inch of Soul
I said-
Makosa?
yeah, so he goes,
Well, that's what it was
you have
on.
another one? I go, yeah. And so he says, look, this is what you do. And he gave me a DJ. That was my first DJ.
Put it underneath.
It was the first DJ lesson I ever had with
Yeah.
Kenny Carpenter.
What did he do?
And he just showed me how to mix two 7-inch records of Soul Makosa.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that was actually my first DJ lesson.
Oh,
and I was like,
cool.
oh, okay, I see. That's how
Great
you do
record
it.
to mix.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's
Well,
right on the
perfectly.
beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can really
And slow it up and bring it down, but
Right.
it has to be that original one, that first one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's on
one,
the
the
yellow-
one
oh,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
yellow
It's
label.
on the
That's
yellow
right,
label.
honey.
Nothing
It
else.
was
Right.
an import
'Cause there
before it
was
was
a
on
red one, red
Atlantic.
label,
Well,
and
this
that
was-
was
no,
that was a
that's
bootleg, a
Atlantic.
very bad
Yeah.
bootleg.
No. The 7-inch
This
on
was
the
a,
yellow.
Yeah, this was it. Yeah, it was the 7-inch.
Yeah, that was an
Yeah.
import.
Yeah.
I found 10 of them. When I found it in a record store in Brooklyn.
Wow.
And he had 10 left, and I took them all and I gave them out
Good
to
for you.
everybody, and it became a hit.
Because I remember I heard it at the Loft. Was
Yeah.
and I was like,
gave it to
what?
David.
You gave it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And I was
David
like,
gave
wow,
me
what
Wild
is it?
Safari and Woman.
Uh-huh.
He had come home from Spain and brought the Barabbas album, and that original album cover was so amazing. It was all really high gloss with the lion's head with all the black
yeah.
and white, but it wasn't the small little one. It was the whole cover was like that. It was amazing.
Okay, I have a question. Who discovered E2, E4?
Oh, that was Larry's.
Really? That was-
hands
okay.
down, Larry.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think. I don't know.
That's
Oh, yeah.
hands
but,
down, Larry.
Larry, right?
The Junior Vasquez took the music to that and mixed it with "I Will Survive."
Yeah, no.
yeah, but I mean,
that's
but the
another
real,
thing.
but the real E2, E4.
The
Yeah,
real
that's
E2,
Larry.
E4 is
That's Larry.
And that man has a website. I think,
Yeah.
that wrote the song. But
Yeah.
Larry brought that in?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Definitely,
Wow.
definitely.
Oh,
He
my
used to play it at the beginning and the end of the night all the
wish I
time,
had
and
caught
then
that.
he played it in the middle of the night and he started dancing to it. It was like
Well, you know,
really,
yeah. You know what I did that was something that Larry really, really liked, and I just felt so proud of it. At Area, I used to, at the end of the night, I used to take the 12-inch of I Feel Love, you know, the European one that was 45, and I played it
okay.
at 33, slowed all the way down.
Wow, cool.
And it was like boom, 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 boom. boom. And it was the funkiest.
Cool.
And it was like really, really cool. And it was like 30 minutes long.
That's an interesting. See,
And
people
see,
don't
Larry
do
heard-
stuff like
yeah,
that
and-
anymore.
yeah, Larry
But
heard that and
we
he
used
loved
to
it.
do that all
Yeah.
the time.
Right.
Slow something down and play it on a
On the
different
wrong
speed.
speed, yep.
That is so interesting.
But I Feel Love, the
Yeah,
the
well,
German version.
No.
I can tell you the story.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm looking right now.
I
I don't
mean,
know
it's just-
if I'm looking right now, ladies and gentlemen, at a gold record presented to Nicky Siano for I Feel Love. So
It was-
there you go.
it was-
and I told him, you should sell that because that is worth money.
bids. Come on, support the
Bids.
podcast.
Nicky Siano's gold record.
GoFundMe.com/Nicky Siano
That'd be kinda
live.
rad
Sell
to
that
own.
bitch.
That really would be
Really,
radical to
eBay.
own. eBay. You know, but I have a question. Since you
I
guys
have no attachment
are
to
DJs,
things.
right? And let's say you've been DJing, you know, you got the deal down pat, you know what's going on in the club and whatnot, and all of a sudden you play those 3 records that hypnotizes everyone, and everybody's in sync, and you know exactly what everyone's doing because of the music. You know, oh, yep, he's going to do that when I put this on.
Right.
How does that feel? Doesn't that feel like?
Well, don't you feel like like a lot of times you look out on the dance floor and you know everybody by the way they dance. You know,
Yeah,
it's like people think that you don't see them
Yeah,
when you're
oh,
the
we
DJ.
do,
Oh, no,
yeah.
no.
But
I
when
see
you're in the DJ booth, you're looking out on the dance floor. You see people and you hear them too.
But a lot of times, my experiences with playing are different from other people because I do
Well, you're high.
trance it out. Yeah.
you're high.
No, but I don't fall asleep on the turntables. That's a lie.
At a girl.
You know, it's really a
At a
shame.
girl.
Yeah, right.
I know
It's
that.
really a shame though
So,
because.
but I
Go ahead.
trance out. I
Yeah.
do. I trance and I hear the next record to play and I just do it.
Well,
I feel like I'm just a vessel sometimes. I'm
Well,
not really playing records. I'm a vessel
And you
for
know you're making,
the inspiration.
You're making us as the dancers feel.
But I think
elated.
everybody is hearing what I'm hearing.
Right.
Because
Yes.
people say, I was
Yeah.
thinking of that record
Right.
and you played it. And I'm saying, yeah, we're all hearing the same thing.
Well, you know what Larry would tell me he said you have to get to where the records play themselves.
Yeah.
And
That's what it is.
Yeah, he said the records just play themselves
Yeah.
because you.
Yeah, it's just
Just what you
not.
say,
It's
you
not.
go
it's
into that
really
trance.
not about you. It's about the entire room.
Right.
When you're a DJ, I don't understand this pre-set up sets because
No.
how could you pre-set up something that's happening right now spontaneously?
But you know what I do, and I think this is a really
Inside
good tip.
info.
Yeah, and I will preset the first say 4 songs.
Okay.
Nowadays, because the way you play now, like where you go in and you're playing with another DJ and he or she is doing an hour and a half, and then you
Oh,
go
okay.
on.
You
and
go
do-
on for
and you
2
go
hours.
on or something.
Yeah.
So if you have the first 4 songs or something that you know you're going to play, that gives you time to let the other DJ leave and you set up and you
Yeah.
get your cocktail and you can kind of catch your breath.
I'll tell you, but I have walked into the club knowing that I would play this record first, plug in my stuff, look
Right.
out on the dance floor, and just take a deep breath and just
Right.
hear something else and say, this
Right.
is not what I should play. I should play that.
Well, actually, what I do is
and
I'll
that's what I
have
do.
like 3 or 4 different versions. Of
Oh,
those.
okay. Oh,
You know,
cool.
like one more low key, one's
Oh,
but,
cool.
But it just gives you time to catch your breath, because it's really weird. Like before,
Did you love Calling Out Your Name? Did you love that record? No. I loved the original one.
Really?
Yeah, the first one.
think I remember.
Why did
that
you just
calling
say
out
that?
your name.
No, because I was thinking of new records that I've been playing. Like I played
okay.
this record by Alice Merton.
Didn't I hear that?
No more.
Calling
It's
out
a
my
rock
name?
record.
I
and
like that record.
Yeah, I love calling out your name. It's a Alice.
Everything
Merton.
is just so different now with records.
Got no roots of my own.
Yeah, No Roots. No Roots
I
by
don't know.
Alice
I've got
Merton.
no
And
roots.
it's in my home. Yeah, it's a rock record, and I did a little edit of it.
Wow.
Oh, you got to hear my
What?
edit of Hello Happiness by Chaka. It's on my website. You can download it for
Hello,
yourself.
happy.
Hello Happiness, baby. Oh my God, I'll give it to you, Johnny. So anyway, it's that time when we say
Yeah,
goodbye.
Oh, we're done?
Yeah,
hardly ever-
Oh, I was just going to give you a good Chaka story.
Oh,
okay, goodbye.
no!
Goodbye.
Do you remember when she was going out with that guy who was the teacher, and they used to run up to Harlem for all those?
Chaka Khan.
Oh, I got a phlegm in my throat.
That's
Okay,
what
everybody,
it
love
is.
you guys. Bye.
See ya.
Are we done?
Wow, that was
We're done,
That was
but we're
amazing.
still on.
Get ready for Nicky Siano. Come on, let's go. Yeah, yeah. With Fred Stack and Marvin Blue. Along the way with special guests for you. Get ready for Nicky Siano. Come on, let's go.